Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with 3-nen Z-gumi Ginpachi Sensei episode 1 reaction. So yes, it is here. This is the spin-off of Gintama. Gintama ended quite a while ago, and I also finished watching it. It was amazing, and yeah, like I never got the chance to react to it because I used to watch Gintama before I did YouTube, so I never was able to watch it. And I think like while I was doing YouTube, the final section came out, so it was kind of kind of pointless for me to react to it at that point. So I don't think I ever reacted to it. But yeah, you know what, I can at least react to the spin-off. So let's see what more crazy stuff we get to see here. Obviously this is like a whole like different setting, so it'll be pretty hilarious seeing all these characters in this high school setting. We already did get a little bit of Ginpachi Sensei back in while we watched Gintama as well. In the after credit scenes, sometimes in the openings and the endings and a few other stuff. So we do kind of know the characters. Like over there, Gintoki is like this teacher and everything. He licks like a lollipop so quickly that it seems like it's smoking. All those things we kind of know. So let's see what more we get to see here. So let's get started. Let us begin episode number 1. I'll be putting the subtitles and the timer here. Sync it to your original video, and yeah, let's begin. Okay, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. No, Gintok. Wait, what? Yeah, the teacher's orders. Yeah. Wow. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, yo, this is how we start. Yo. Oh my god. Wow. The gorilla sensei and everyone. Oh lord. Oh my god. Okay, no, stop. Gomen nasai Toriyama sensei. Silver ball. All right. Yo, they're getting ready. Crazy. Damn. Okay. What? Oh my god. Yo. Alright, that is crazy. They made a whole Dragon Ball Evolution joke. Oh, it's gone. Oh my god. Okay, well, even Elizabeth is there in the class. Oh my god. Wow. I would have at the end of Okay, good enough. Wait, what? Ginpachi San? What? Why? Why is that subtitles like that? Ginpachi Sensei anime. Subkinto Sensei interest pretty much all true. Yeah, I could have guessed. Obviously, it is a very what? It is a very big responsibility, from Gintama. So this is the principal? This alien? I forgot his name. Hata. Bruh. You have that. Love and peace. Draw. Oh no. At least one subject. Whoa! That's not fair. Literally, 20% cut. Sitting down. Oh. Yeah? Wait, what's he reading? Is that One Piece? I don't know. I don't read One Piece. Mr. Black. Oh lord. Octo sausage. Oh my god, Catherine. Sucking mayonnaise. Hijikata? Oh my god. Okay, stop that. Yeah, it has mayonnaise freaking thing on it. What? Oh no. Okay, here we go. How to squeeze money? Okay. Okay, that. Oh my god. Wait, Kasura's the class rank? Madao. It's been a while we've seen it. I don't remember his actual name. It was, you know, all I remember is Madao. Okay, this is a chaotic. Well, oh my god. Um, wow. Which is true. Only one. Why do we have the? I forgot the thing's name. That little thing. Yeah. Oh, okay. This is some kind of reference, which went over my head. Yeah. Damn. No, it's Kasura. Hey yo. Why is it? Why are we talking about a band? Oh yeah, true. He was the one who started it. Oh wait, yeah, he hasn't spoken. I forgot this guy's name as well. Um. Hedero, yeah. He um. Well. I don't think he's. Yeah, whatever it takes. You know. Yeah. I was gonna say. And yeah. Well, yeah. Strategy. Wow. Yeah. uh, yeah. What's he gonna say? Is he not okay with cheating? Oh, he's okay with it. Oh, well, great. Oh, I'll suggest it. Okay. Yeah. Oh my god, they're making that reference to that anime. I forgot. I watched that anime quite a while ago. I don't remember that much. Whoa. Don't screw. Okay. Wizard. 30. I was gonna say. He's in 30. Yeah, it should be like a. Why? You could just bring the book. Yeah. Oh. Oh Lord. So they don't give him the responsibility to. No, what? You can just bring the book and just, like. Alright. Well, no terakadasu for you. Oh! Oh no. I don't think. You think everyone will be able to get 80 at one? Oh no. Intel. Okay. You, yeah. Thank God it's not maths. Oh, oh my God. Okay. Well, you can do one thing. Each can cover like one part of the. Oh, great. One part of the study material, and you can just share. Great. What is Gintoki? Yeah, you're the health rep. Assistant. Oi. What? Okay, that's not acupuncture. That's something else. Yeah, that's a great motivation to not. Oh my God, here we go. All right. Older, oldest. Damn, it's raining. Cancelled. Oh. Whoa. um, the principal. He's. Oh no! Now what? He. Hey. Oh my god. Oh, there's a freaking camera or something. School file. Yeah. Great. There's a camera there. Yep. Oh! What did it? There you go. There's the camera. Bruh. Well, you're screwed now. Now you have to give him a 10% salary hike. Yeah. Yeah, they're not wrong. But yeah. Like the fact that it's there without their permission and nobody knew is a crime. Oh lord. Oh wait. Damn. Wait, what was her name? I forgot. Tai, right? Yeah. Otose, sorry. No, Otai Tai. Okay. Yeah. Damn. Hey yo. Bruh. um. Well, I. Okay. Yeah. He was a bystander. Damn. The sky cleared up. Oh my god, I literally said that. I I thought he was gonna say something like that. Oh my god. Ugh. Okay. What? Okay. I don't like the localization of the title. Oh my. Sadaharu. Okay, so a few of these, like, characters, they're probably in other classes. Like, Tama. Oh my god, with the delinquent group, yeah? Oh my god, we even have the Kihetai. Well, obviously everyone will be here, but in like different like settings. That's pretty funny. Okay. Is that it? Or is there some kind of an after credit? You know what? I'm gonna watch up until the very end. Is there some kind of a joke? Oh no, that's it. All right, that was the first episode. Wow, that was a great start. Uh, Gintama, like comedy is back. A lot of references, a lot of wordplay, a lot of things that probably will go over your head, but don't worry, just keep watching. Like this is the thing about Gintama. I do understand a few of the references and a few of the wordplay jokes, but obviously like there's a lot of things. Like Gintama goes deep into like Japanese like like Japanese like things like current affairs and everything. Like they even like make jokes and memes about things that are happening in Japan. So those things obviously like people who don't live in Japan, they won't really get. Like for example, there was one part, the you're not the rotten like orange. I think that one, Kusata Mikan Janai. I'm guessing that was like some kind of a, like I have heard that sentence before, Kusata Mikan Janai, like, but I didn't know like what it was, where it was from or anything. So I'm guessing it's some kind of a quote by that person, and it's like I'm guessing like it's like some kind of a funny joke or a meme in Japan or something. I don't know. I'm guessing it's something like that. So these type of things, these type of things, obviously, like unless and until you live in Japan and you won't really understand those things. So those things, just like ignore and keep going. That's the main thing about Gintama. A lot of things you'll get, a lot of things you won't get, but at the end of the day, I'm sure everyone will still enjoy it, because this show also has a lot of jokes which is pretty obvious, and there's no like hidden meaning or hidden wordplay or anything into it. um you know so yeah, it's pretty entertaining, all throughout. There were a few things not few things. I think that was the only joke that I didn't get. That Kusata Mikan, that part. Other than that, I think everything else I kind of understood in today's episode. There was like I think a two or three wordplay jokes as well, which I cannot find it now, but it was like it's pretty funny. Like you need to like the localization. You cannot really like like they cannot really do anything. The translation, it's difficult to translate wordplay jokes. So like you cannot really get the true essence from that. I guess you'll have to listen to the Japanese puns and everything. So I did catch like two or three of them. I cannot find out where it is though, but it was pretty funny. Yeah, but overall, it was a great episode. So today's episode, we started with the introduction to the characters, um, and which type of setting they are in. Obviously, we know these characters from Gintama, but we don't properly know them from this universe, this world. So we got that out of the way. We also had like a little section at the beginning, which I'm guessing is an anime only section. That first section where they were like passing the baton, and as always in Gintama fashion, they were like kind of making fun of the fact that like a lot of the producers and like people like involved in the show, they're like very like they were very scared of the responsibility that is like falling on them, because this is Gintama we're talking about. Gintama is like so big and it's huge. So like it's literally, as they show, like it's passing the baton to someone else, but the baton is so damn heavy, like it's a lot of responsibility, because this show in itself is linked to such a big thing. So it's a big responsibility, obviously. They were kind of joking about that, and like we had a few other stuff as well, where we saw Gintoki, like Ginpachi Sensei and Gintoki, both of them coming face to face, and like talking to each other and everything. And that part was funny because like where we see that the characters, they were like changing dresses, because obviously they they have to move from that setting to this high school setting, so they'll have to like get dressed for that occasion. So it was funny where we see where they were actually like changing like dresses physically. Oh lord. But anyways, that part obviously was a anime only, I'm assuming, because like they do this like in the original Gintama anime, there were so many sections like this, which they just like made and like was like joked around and everything. Like whenever there was, I remember there was a whole recurring joke of like Gintama, this being like Gintama's end, but it actually not being the end. And I remember Gintoki kind of joking about it. There was also like a section I remember where Gintoki apologized in front of a group of reporters, and he was like, "I'm sorry, like like this happened," and like that section. So many sections, like we have like this, and this is one of that. Like typical Gintama fashion, love it. Um, then we obviously had the whole parody joke of Dragon Ball Z and the GT. They, those that session was absolutely hilarious, where they were like showing like live action, like actors, like those two foreigners were there. They were like giving the baton to him, and that the GT joke, the evolution joke. Oh my god, it was absolutely amazing. Where's that part? What awaits isn't Ginpachi Sensei, it's Gintama GT. The GT stands for Gomen Nasai Toriyama Sensei. Um, yeah, here obviously a little bit of like difficulty in localization, like like translation here, because they had to make it GT. So in Japanese, it's Gomen Nasai Toriyama Sensei. So GT, you know, how the hell are you going to like translate that into English? The whole GT joke completely falls apart if you like, So they did it like this. Gosh, Toriyama Sensei, we're so sorry. So they tried their best to kind of match it with the whole joke, the whole wordplay, like joke. But it's difficult, it's difficult. That's why these type of things you have to kind of listen and kind of understand what the actual joke was. So the actual joke here was Gomen nasai Toriyama Sensei, GT. But they cannot do that in English, so they had to add some extra words, which was gosh Toriyama Sensei, we are so sorry. But that does kind of ruin the whole funny of the joke. But you cannot really do anything in this situation, like translation, localization, translation, like troubles, like when you're changing language from one to another, it's difficult to keep these like puns or these wordplay jokes intact. So yeah, this was one of those like wordplay jokes. There's a few others in this episode, right? I'll try to see if I can find them, but like there was a few of them which I saw that yeah, these were like some wordplay jokes which are pretty funny. Okay, so silver ball. Ginta. Oh, here's another another wordplay joke. Gin is silver, and Tama is ball. So literally, that's why they like made like a three-way joke here, which is obviously we have Dragon Ball, and then we have Silver Ball, which is parodying that, but at the same time, Silver Ball's literal translation is Gintama. So it's like a three-way joke, which is pretty hilarious. So they make the joke like, oh, it's Gintama, which is Silver Ball, which is also parodying Dragon Ball. So I love the layered jokes, which are pretty funny. This is another one of those. Screw that, it's your Gintama that needs to apologize to Toya. Oh. Okay. Yeah, and they were joking like, oh, like people will think like Gintama's coming back and they're going to come here and then going to be seeing this whole high school setting and everything. Then we have the button like pass thing. Then the live action joke, that was absolutely amazing. Where's that evolution joke? Hang on, are you accounting for Here we go, Gintama GT. This is more like Gintama evolution. Oh my god. You gotta pass the baton to Hollywood actors. Okay, so I don't know if like the joke here was, I'm not even sure if you're allowed to make a joke like that. Here's the thing, I don't watch Dragon Ball, but I also know Dragon Ball Evolution is supposed to be one of the worst live actions in existence, as far as I've heard from fans. Like, people put that like as worst of the worst, like, live actions. Dragon Ball Evolution is one of them. I'm not sure if here Gintoki was trying to make a joke about evolution and trying to imply that this might also, if they like the quality of this show might be like that. I'm not sure if it was like a self-deprecating joke they were trying to make, or I'm not even sure if they're even allowed to do that, because so I'm not exactly sure, but obviously it's a live action, so they were making a joke about this becoming a live action. But I feel like deep down they were also like making a self-deprecating joke about how this show might be as bad as Dragon Ball Evolution. Again, I'm not sure. There's a possibility that might be the case. Uh, but again, like I said, I'm not sure if they're allowed to do that legally, because it's you're slandering a different, like. But I guess Gintama has never been afraid of doing any of that thing. So anyways, yeah, so that was amazing. Like all this fourth wall breaking and everything was absolutely fantastic at the beginning. So this first like 3 minutes, 4 minutes was absolutely hilarious, with some fourth wall breaking jokes, some meta jokes, some like good wordplay and everything. Yeah, and then we move on to the main story. Here we come into the school, and we have obviously Hata as the principal, and we also have the butler as just a dude over there. We get to know how Hata has said that, oh, we're going to cut your payment, we're going to make everyone go like to class even during vacations if you don't get 80 at least one subject, which I feel like is a pretty difficult thing to do. I understand it's obviously one subject, but still bringing 80 up, even if it's one subject, it's pretty damn difficult, like for a lot of students. So that's an absolutely absurd thing that he said. But either way, as soon as he said that, I was immediately thinking, I was like, well, Gintoki can just let the students cheat, right? Like, and let them win in, like, and get 18 in one of the subjects, and all and well and good. And that's literally what they end up trying to do, but they get away from it, and they will, by the end of it, they were like, no, let's just do it normally without cheating. Yeah. And then we get introduced to the characters in this setting. Obviously, we do know the characters already from Gintama. I don't think there's anyone watching this show without watching Gintama, because that would be absolutely stupid to do. Like, why? Why would you do that? Like, don't do that. Like, please. If there's someone here who's watching this without watching Gintama, please don't do that. Like, I don't know what to say. Like, it's going to be very weird. But anyways, yeah. So where was I? So yeah, obviously we know the characters, so they're introducing them to us in this particular setting. So in this class, I think we might have other students in this class as well. We probably didn't get to see everyone. There were a lot of empty seats, so I'm sure there's more of them here. But the ones that we got to see, obviously we have Kagura and Shinpachi here. We have Hijikata, we have Sogo, we have Madao, we have Catherine, we have what's her name? That girl, the shrine maiden girl. I forgot her name. With this flute. We have Katsura here. We have Elizabeth here. We have. I didn't understand. I'm guessing Sachan is supposed to be in our class. She's like the health representative or something. I don't know. So yeah, she wasn't there sitting. She was just like hiding, I guess. But I'm assuming Sachan is supposed to be in our class. Who else did we have? Wait a minute. Oh, we have Hedero. Otae. We have Otae. Or Tai. I guess he calls her Otae in an endearing way. Okay, who else was there? I think that was it, right? Yeah, that was it. For now, at least, like I said, I feel like there will be a few more people here in this class who will get to know later, because a lot of the seats were empty. Um, but anyways, we get introduced to them, and obviously, then the whole question comes up of how we're going to do this. And at first, they were like cheating, which is, I didn't understand one thing. Like, the problems that Shinpachi brings up is that he says that, oh, so if we, if we're supposed to cheat, how are we going to get the questions? Like, okay, I don't understand one thing. Why do we need questions to cheat? You can just bring the book with you. the book, the study materials with you, and when you see the question, you can, oh, I see, I guess that's why. So so I'm guessing the reason why they were saying like we need the question is because these students here probably didn't even read the book at all. So when they get to see the question, they will probably be so clueless that they don't even understand where the question comes from. So it'll be difficult for them. But if they had the question paper, they could probably like make like an answer sheet and bring it with them. That's why. Because if you like, what I was thinking is that you get the question paper, you read the question, and you're like, oh, this question, this answer is from here, and you go to that part and you kind of copy it down. But to do that, you need to at least have a little bit of knowledge of the study material itself to at least understand where the question comes from, which chapter, which place. So I guess they don't even have that. That's why they were like, we need the question paper. Because I was confused. I was like, all you need is a book. Let's just bring a book, read the question, and just search for it and write the answer. But I guess they needed they need that amount of knowledge at least, which I don't think a lot of the people in this class has. But either way, so they were like, okay, we cannot do this. So then in the end, they were like, all right, let's just study. Another possible way of like properly doing this, I would have said, is that if you like cover a bit of the study material, and there's like how many of them, 8 or 9 of them, 10 of them in that class, like share, like kind of like designate that, oh, this part you read, this part you read, this part you read, and then come to school with that. When the whole like the question paper comes, just share, like if there's like a question which is from someone who read that part, just go and like copy from them, and just share it about like that. That's also another way of doing it, because obviously you have the teacher on your side. When you have the teacher on your side, you can literally do anything in class. It's difficult to cheat because there's the teacher who's always keeping an eye on you. Gintoki or Ginpachi Sensei here doesn't care, because he has his own situation on, like he'll get a salary cut. So he's actually our ally here. So you can literally do anything in a way. That's also another way. But I guess they were thinking about doing like English, so it's more difficult to do it in because in English you don't really have like study material. You just have to understand the language and properly use it, apply it in the questions. So for English it's a bit more difficult to do it like that. If it was some other question or some other thing, they could have easily done it like that. But anyways, in the end they decide to do it nicely, properly, without doing any cheating. And Shinpachi was like, let's do English, because 20% of like the whole thing is going to come from books, and the rest we can do like, yeah. But then the question paper is extremely difficult. Obviously it's pretty obvious. I knew like Hata was going to do something like that, and but the thing I didn't like anticipate is that they had a camera there, and Ginpachi saw that, and then like we saw what happened. He confronted him on that, and in the end, Otose comes in, who is the chairwoman, and she's like, oh, like don't do that. So it turns out Hata was Hata, right? That's his name. Yeah, Prince Hata. Hata was actually jealous of the fact that even though Gintoki is so casual and so like stoic, students still kind of like him as a teacher, unlike him, the principal. So he didn't like that. That's why he was doing all of this. But anyways, like we kind of saw how like this class, like, and Gintoki, how they're like, and obviously like nothing more to say about this episode, because most of the essence of the true essence of the show is obviously it's jokes, like the funny like like dialogue and everything, and obviously the references, wordplay, a lot of these things. Right. So yeah, it was great. Obviously we had the recurring jokes that we've already gotten to see in Gintama. Hijikata like liking mayonnaise. We have Kondo trying to like impress Tai, and Tai like literally not caring. We have oh, okay, here's another thing. I was baffled at the fact Katsura didn't do the whole like Zurajanai Katsura joke. There was a perfect opportunity for that. Where is that part? I need to find that part. That is absolutely insane. Why did he not do that? I did that while reacting to it. And I was baffled at the fact that he didn't take the opportunity to do a whole Zurajanai Katsurala. Where is that section? I was sure he was going to do that. Oh my god, I cannot find it now. I think it's in that section where he was talking about like Elizabeth. Okay, this part. Okay, strategy meeting, yeah. Sensei, no long hair, no pumps, make this looks like a band recruitment. No, not the long hair fizz. Oh, here we go. He says, Ginpachi says, is that a wig? Cut it off or cut it or take it off already. Now, just reading from the like English, you probably won't get the whole thing here. Wig is called Zura. Like, you know, like, no, not really. Wig is not really a Zura. Zura is a, or is it? No, Zura is a mask, right? Like a disguise. Yeah, yeah, I think so. I'm not 100% sure. I don't think wig is like the literal translation of wig is not Zura. I don't think so. I need to check. Anyways, whatever that was, in Japanese, Gintoki says like, "Is that a Zura? Take it off already." So I was 100% sure Katsura was going to say here like Zura janai Katsurada. No. What? Why? The complaint from I'll file a complaint, Sensei. That was such a perfect moment to do the whole Zurajanai Katsura joke, but I don't know why. Like, is he not going to do that? Is this a different Katsura? That's why. Oh my god, that's such a shame. I don't know. But anyways, I was 100% sure that he was going to do that joke here, but he didn't. Anyways, so yeah, that was that. And like I was saying, like, you know, you have the typical, like, you know, like the funny like running gags. We have Madao being trying to like find a job. Oh my god. Okay. We have Madao trying to find a job. We have Catherine being Catherine, like, and Kagura just trying to beef with Catherine. Tai trying to like, you know, like get away from Kondo just being Kondo being weird. Sogo messing with Hijikata sucking on mayonnaise. We have who else? We have like I said, Katsura being Katsura, Elizabeth being Elizabeth. We have Satchan being Satchan, just talking on Gintoki and all that, or Ginpachi Sensei here. We have Hedero being Hedero with his like scary appearance, but deep down inside he's like a nice person, you know. Gintoki was afraid. Everyone was afraid of Hedero. Oh lord. Yeah. So, you know, the running gags were obviously there. I'm sure we're going to get more of the running gags, you know, in the other when the other characters come in, and we get to see them. And yeah, there you go. What else? Oh, I don't remember the name of that thing. I forgot the name of that thing. That thing, like that round little thing. Is that called a? Wait a minute. You know what? Let me just check something. Is that called like a just away or something? Okay, you know what? Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, just away. Here we go. Yeah, so it's a just away. I forgot the name of that. So, you know, like I was like, is that a just away or something? It is a just away. So that was there from the very beginning, and you know, it was just there on the table. Yeah, and what else? And then obviously we had like, you know, them trying to study. They couldn't study because, you know, it's very difficult. They tried their best. In the end, Hata did this whole nonsense of sabotaging the whole thing, trying to make, you know, Gintoki and the students' relationship like a little, like a rift form in it. But I feel like that wasn't what happened. What happened in the end was everyone beating up Shinpachi because everyone, a rift formed between Shinpachi and everyone, not Ginpachi Sensei, because like Ginpachi, like they were like, he was like, okay, like let's do what Shinpachi says. That's why, so either way, Hata's plan failed from the very beginning. Like even if a rift would have formed, it wouldn't have formed between Ginpachi and the students. Like it would be Shinpachi and the others, and they were like beating him up for that. Because he said that 20% is going to come, and none of that came from the book. Everything was so difficult, and everyone was pissed. Like a few of them who never studied, they were like, I never studied, I still studied, and this is what happened. How dare you? Mada was like sad about the fact that he could have spent that time trying to look for a job instead of studying. Oh no. Okay. Well, yeah, but you know what? All well that ends well. Ginpachi Sensei found out the camera, and he's like, you know what? Now here's the thing. For a moment, I was thinking, can you even like bring this up in the board meetings, or like and sue him for this? Because technically, like in some classrooms, I think cameras are there. But then I remembered, if a camera is there, everyone should know that it's there. The fact that you have a camera in there and nobody knows about it in itself is a crime. So yes, you can sue him for this. Like yeah, a lot of schools classrooms do have cameras there, but people know about it. The students know that, oh, there's a camera, so they're not going to do something in that class that is inappropriate. Like like in a lot of like in Japanese, like like animes I've seen, students change in the classroom. Like like the boys and the girls, they kind of get divided. Like the boys go to another room, and the girls like changing in the classroom in itself. And if there's a camera there that people knew, they wouldn't have done that. But if it's a hidden camera, then that is a crime. you know so then I was like, yeah, it is. This is, you can like go to jail for this, because you have put a camera there without like telling the other people, the students. That is a crime. So yeah, you can do that. So in the end, Tai comes, sorry, what's her name, Otose comes in, and she's like, you know what, just stop it. You guys are just fighting amongst yourselves. Stop this. And like just like the students won't have to come for the tests, for the like like the thing, the punishment. And Ginpachi Sensei won't get a salary cut. And I was thinking Ginpachi was probably going to like make this an issue and be like, oh, for like like the mental damage and mental anguish you've caused me, you have to increase my salary by 10%. He actually did that. He actually did that at the end, trying to sneak in that little thing in front of Otose. And Otose was like, I'm not falling for it. I know you suddenly like you just sneaked that 10% salary hike in there. So yeah, I'm not going to allow that. Okay. And yeah, and that was it. That was the end of the first episode. Absolutely fantastic. I'm glad that Gintama is back in some way or form. Obviously, I don't think this is going to be serious. Like Gintama had its serious part, its emotional, it's like like funny. Obviously, its funny part. It had everything. But I don't think this is going to be serious in that sense. Like, come on, what can you have? Like, it's just like school setting. Like the maximum crazy thing you can have is like delinquents making a ruckus. You know. So which is Kamui. I literally saw Kamui at the ending as a delinquent group. So you know what? Let's look at the ending. I need to see a few things. Like a few of the characters, like I said, who we didn't see today, we'll probably see them later. But oh, Sadaharu is number one, who we didn't see today. We're going to see him later. Who else was there? Okay, just a minute. Oh, what's her name? I forgot her name. The girl who's with a tie always. Oh, I just forget her name? The black, the eye patched girl. I forgot her name completely. It's been so long. You know, um, was it? You know what? Just a minute. Yeah, Yagyu. There you go. Kyubei Yagyu. Yagyu. I was thinking it's something like that. So Yagyu is there, who we're going to see later, I'm guessing. Okay, so I'm guessing this is like the board of like the school, like like the teaching stuff. So we have Otai, sorry, god damn it, why do I always call her Otai? Otose there. We have Hanzo there. We have Masudaira. We have oh no, what's her name? Sukuyo, right? I need to remember the name. Sukuyo, yeah. And we have Sakamoto there, and we have that guy. I forgot his name. The researcher, the guy with the goggles. Obviously we have Teraka Su. We have Anna. What was her name? Kisuno Anna. Oh lord. So Kisuno Anna, is she a report? What is she? She's wearing a sailor outfit. So I'm not sure. Maybe she's like in some kind of a newspaper club or something. Obviously, we have Kamui and his group, who are the delinquents, I'm guessing. As you can see, they're like beating up people. Okay, then we have. Okay, Tama's there. Yeah. And then we have the Kihetai. Yep. Everyone. Oh my god, everyone. What the hell? Why does he have hair? What's his name? The freaking guy who calls himself feminist. Why does he have hair? Okay, man. That is crazy. Yeah, I think that's it. So yeah, we'll see them maybe like next few episodes. So yeah, anyways, fantastic first episode. I'm looking forward to the next few episodes, the next episodes. So yeah, let's see. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. This was the first episode of 3-nen Z-gumi Ginpachi Sensei. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. And yeah, that is it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next week with another episode. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.